Welcome back, everyone, to the Chart Ledger Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're tackling Alphabet's, Google's Q2 2025 earnings call. You asked for it, so we've waded through the official transcript, plus analysis from Bernstein, Reuters, Yahoo Finance, Seeking Alpha, WSJ, the whole lot.
Yep, quite a stack.
And our mission, as always, is to pull out those crucial nuggets, the really insightful bits, maybe some surprises, so you get a clear picture, fast Alphabet's performance, strategy, what's actually coming next.
And there's definitely a core theme tying it all together this quarter, but maybe let's start with the headline numbers. They were pretty strong.
Absolutely. Let's jump right into the financials. Q2 2025 for Alphabet was, a powerhouse. Consolidated revenue climbed 14% year over year.
14%.
Hit $96.4 billion. That beat estimates of $94 billion by a decent margin.
Over $2 billion clear. That's solid.
And earnings per share, EPS, jumped 22% to $2.31. Again, better than the $2.18 forecast.
Net income was up too, right? Yep, up 19% to $28.2 billion. So strong double digits pretty much everywhere you look.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
What's really driving these numbers? What's the story?
Well, if you had to pick one thing, just one theme weaving through everything, it's AI, artificial intelligence.
Right. We hear that a lot.
We do, but Sundar Pichai was explicit. He said AI is, and I quote, positively impacting every part of the business. And it's not just talk. You see it in the metrics.
Okay, like what? Give us an example.
So Gemini token processing, think of that as like the raw computational work their AI models are doing. It surpassed 980 trillion monthly tokens.
Trillion. Okay, that sounds like a lot.
It is. And get this, that number effectively doubled just since May.
Doubled in just 2 months.
Double.
But
That's the kind of acceleration we're seeing.
wow. Okay, so that's the engine running hot behind the scenes. How's it showing up for, us consumers, businesses?
It's becoming much more visible. AI mode in search, for instance, now has over 100 million monthly active users. That's just US and India for now.
And AI overviews those AI summaries at the top of search results. They're reaching over 2 billion monthly users.
2 billion?
Yeah, across, I think, over 200 countries and territories, 40 languages. And they're driving over 10% more queries globally for the kinds of searches where they appear. So people are engaging.
That's significant uptake. And you mentioned something surprising about Google Lens.
Ah, yes. This one jumped out at me, too. Google Lens searches, pointing your phone camera stuff up 70%. 70% year over year.
70. That's huge. What does that mean?
It means people are finding it really intuitive, maybe for shopping comparisons, identifying things, and Google said it's leading to incremental shopping queries. So a direct line from visual AI to potential revenue.
Huh. Fascinating. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. How does all this AI momentum translate into their cloud business, Google Cloud?
Right. Cloud was definitely a standout. Revenues there jumped 32% to $13.6 billion.
32%. That's faster than the overall company growth.
Exactly. And maybe even more impressive, profitability almost doubled. The operating margin went from 11.3% last year to 20.7% this quarter.
Wow, nearly 21% margin. That's a big leap.
It is. And it puts Google Cloud on an annual revenue run rate of over $50 billion now. Real scale.
So what's driving that cloud acceleration specifically? Is it just general cloud adoption or is it the AI piece?
It's heavily fueled by AI. Strong demand for their whole AI product portfolio.
Yeah.
That's what's driving customer and developer engagement.
Okay.
And you can see the future pipeline in their cloud backlog number. That increased 38% year over year.
38%.
Yeah, and even 18% just since last quarter. It's now at $106 billion. That's contracted future revenue.
106 billion. Okay, that signals confidence. Are they landing bigger deals?
Definitely. The number of deals over $250 million. Doubled year over year.
Doubled.
And listen to this. They signed as many deals over $1 million in the first half of this year, 2025, as they did in all of 2024.
Whole year's worth in 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe the clearest AI link. Over 85,000 enterprises are now building applications using Gemini on Google Cloud. That's 35 times the usage compared to last year.
35x. Okay, the AI demand in cloud is undeniable, but this kind of growth needs fuel, right? Let's talk CapEx, capital expenditures.
Ah, yes, the big number.
A very big number. Q2 CapEx was $22.4 billion. And then management raised the full year 2025 guidance
By another $10 billion.
Right, to $85 billion for the full year. That definitely raised some eyebrows. I saw analysts pointing out it's the highest CapEx plan as a percentage of revenue since, what, 2006?
It sounds right. It's a huge investment.
Yeah.
And initially, yeah, investors were maybe a bit concerned about the margin impact.
So what's the why? Why spend so much right now?
It's very deliberate. It's a strategic investment, mainly in servers and speeding up data center construction. They needed to meet that Google Cloud demand we just talked about, especially for AI and also for their own AI initiatives across Google Search, YouTube, everything.
So building the AI factories, essentially.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And some analysts pointed out it's maybe not quite as painful as it looks on the surface because some of it gets offset by tax benefits from new legislation, makes the net cost a bit lower.
Okay, that helps. But they still mention supply constraints.
They did. Despite this massive spending, they said they expect to remain in a tight demand-supply environment going into 2026.
Meaning even $85 billion might not be enough to meet all the demand immediately.
It suggests demand for advanced AI compute is just incredibly strong, potentially outstripping even this accelerated build-out. Capacity could still be tight next year.
Okay. And that spending hits the P&L through depreciation, right?
Exactly. Depreciation was up 35% year-over-year in Q2, hit $5 billion, and said that growth rate is expected to accelerate even further as all these new servers and data centers actually come online and start getting used.
So investing heavily for the future, but it definitely puts pressure on near-term profits and cash flow.
Got it.
Okay. Let's pivot slightly. What about the core? Google services search, YouTube ads, still the giant cash cows. How did they do?
Still very strong. Google Services revenue overall was up 12% to $82.5 billion.
12%, driven by search and YouTube.
Primarily. Search revenue specifically was $54.2 billion, up 12%, and YouTube advertising hit $9.8 billion, up 13%.
Okay, solid growth there too. How is AI changing things in search and YouTube ads?
Well, it's fundamentally reshaping how advertisers work and perform. They talked about AI Max in search campaigns. That's one of their AI-powered tools. Advertisers using it typically see 14% more conversions.
14% more. Okay, that's tangible.
And another tool, Smart Bidding Exploration, is showing a 19% increase in conversions on average. So AI isn't just making search results different, it's making the ads perform better for businesses.
Right. Better ROI. And on the YouTube side, content.
AI is impacting creation and consumption there too. YouTube Shorts, their short-form video competitor, is now doing over 200 billion daily views.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. 200 billion daily views. And here's the kicker. In the US, Shorts is now earning as much revenue per watch hour as the traditional longer videos.
Wow. They cracked the Shorts monetization code? That's been tough for others.
It seems they've made huge strides there, yeah.
Yeah.
And it cements YouTube's dominance. Nielsen data showed YouTube hit another record high in U.S. streaming watch time in June, 12.8% of all TV viewing. It's been #1 for over 2 years straight.
Just dominant. Okay, one metric that sometimes confuses people, paid clicks. The report said they were up 4% year over year. That sounds kind of low compared to the revenue growth. What's the deal there?
Yeah, it's easy to misinterpret that one. You really shouldn't draw broad conclusions just on the paid clicks number.
Why not?
Because so many things affect it quarter to quarter. Changes in advertiser spending patterns, different ad formats, policy changes, even just how users are engaging.
Yeah.
It all shifts. Google manages for the overall outcome, the revenue, the ROI for advertisers, not just the raw number of clicks.
So they might be getting fewer clicks sometimes, but maybe those clicks are more valuable, lead to more sales.
Exactly. It's about the value derived, not just the volume. They also mentioned good growth in their subscription businesses, right?
Oh yeah, platforms and devices, up 20% to $11.2 billion, driven by YouTube Premium, YouTube Music, and Google One cloud storage. And they specifically mentioned the new AI Pro and Ultra plans, giving that a boost.
So subscriptions are becoming a more meaningful contributor too.
Okay, so core businesses are healthy, evolving with AI. Let's look beyond that for a second. Other bets? The moonshots like Waymo. Any highlights there?
Waymo hit a milestone. Over 100 million miles driven autonomously on public roads. That's a lot of real-world experience.
100 million miles still feels futuristic.
It does. And their expanding launched in Atlanta and Austin. And interestingly, they even started offering rides to teens, ages 14, 17, in Phoenix with parental consent.
Huh. Expanding the user base. But these other bets still lose money, right?
Oh, yeah. Operating loss for other bets was $1.2 billion in the quarter. These are long-term investments, potential huge future markets, but definitely not profitable yet.
Right. Which brings us to the overall strategic vision, especially for AI. What's the next big thing they're talking about?
The term they emphasized was agentic experiences. Think of AI not just answering questions, but acting like a proactive assistant, doing tasks for you, maybe combining info from different apps.
Like an AI agent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Pichai suggested these could become more broadly used in 2026. But he also cautioned there are still big hurdles: reliability, speed, cost.
The tech isn't quite there yet for prime time.
And the business models need to be worked out too.
Yeah.
How does everyone involved make money? That's crucial. They also talked about the two surfaces for interacting with their AI,
Meaning
AI mode within Google Search versus the standalone Gemini app. The idea is AI in search is more for grounded, factual, information-type queries. The Gemini app is for more personal, creative, long-form conversational stuff, almost like a companion or, as some described it, even therapy-like chats.
interesting distinction. Search for facts, Gemini for exploration.
Sort of. And the goal is to make the experience seamless between them eventually. But of course, the big challenges remain. Ongoing regulatory scrutiny, antitrust cases, focus on search and ad tech.
It hasn't gone away.
Not at all. And just balancing that huge CapEx spending with maintaining profitability. That's the tightrope they're walking.
Okay, so bringing this all together then, after digging through everything, what's the main takeaway? What does this Q2 really tell us about Alphabet?
I think the core narrative is clear. It was a quarter showing really strong AI-driven growth pretty much everywhere, especially in Google Cloud, which is accelerating both revenue and, importantly, profit.
Mm-hmm.
That massive CapEx spend is a huge bet, a strategic move to build the foundational infrastructure for the AI era, basically trying to secure leadership and raise the barrier for competitors. It does pressure margins near term, though.
Right. Investment versus profit.
Exactly. And the core businesses, Search and YouTube, they're not standing still. They're successfully integrating AI to improve user experience and advertiser results, finding ways to keep growing. So overall, strong confidence in the AI cloud future, but it's balanced against managing those investments and navigating the regulators.
A really clear picture, thanks. So here's a final thought, something for you, our listener, to maybe ponder. Okay, as AI keeps getting woven deeper into everything, how we get information, how we use services, how might your own daily interactions with technology really change in the next year or two? And what new possibilities might that open up for you personally?
That's a great question to think about, how this tech actually reshapes our lives.
Exactly. Something to chew on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into Alphabet's Q2. Hope you feel well informed.
Yeah, hope it was helpful.
Keep exploring these topics, and we'll catch you next time.